Welcome to Jurassic Reviews. On this episode, we'll be taking a look at another Kenner figure, the Lost World Stegosaurus. Before we begin, if you enjoyed these videos, be sure to like and subscribe. Here's a look at the packaging. This is one of the medium-sized dinosaurs in this line, and the second Stegosaurus Kenner released. This one is directly inspired by a movie counterpart, unlike the first toy, and is a much better figure overall. And here's a look at the capture gear included with the figure. This Stegosaurus stands about 7 inches tall and is about 14 inches long from head to tail. It retailed in 1997 for $14.99. This is probably my favorite Stegosaurus figure released by either Kenner or Mattel. The sculpt is awesome and it has some great detail. It's not a great match for its movie counterpart, as it's a much sleeker looking design and slightly smaller compared to the humans, but it's still a huge upgrade over the previous Stegosaurus. It's in a more dynamic pose, like it's getting ready to defend itself. It displays well because of this. However, this really limits any posability, and it features no articulation to speak of, an uncommon thing among Kenner Jurassic Park figures. This Stegosaurus also includes a dino damage piece, like many of the medium-sized Kenner dinosaurs, though this one is even more notorious for being easy to lose, as it really doesn't stay on the Stegosaurus well at all. Just a little bit of movement can cause it to fall off. Because of this, it's very rare to find a loose sample of this complete, with the missing dorsal plate. Anytime I get on eBay and look for this toy, the vast majority of them are missing it. I have 2 other loose versions of the Lost World Stegosaurus, and both of them are missing the piece. Moving on to the paint, it's a fairly close attempt at what we see in the film. Starting with a darker green at the top of the dorsal plates, that transitions to a lighter green down the body, before changing to beige along the belly and underneath the tail and neck. Other painted areas are the JP mark, which is yellow and numbered 24. The eyes are also painted yellow with black pupils, and the large dino damage area is painted as well, with the blood and bones being red and white. A repaint of this figure would occur in the 1999 Jurassic Park Dinosaurs line, occurring in the second wave of the line. This version would include capture gear as well as a human, a figure combining the Lost World Ajay and Ludlow. The paint job is pretty similar to the original release, but it's painted a more vibrant green than the previous release, and it still includes a beige paint along the bottom of it, though it's a bit more bright. The JP mark is also found on its leg, and is painted black. The action feature on this Stegosaurus is okay. You just move one of the dorsal plates, and it causes the tail to swing. There were no further repaints of this figure, but according to jptoys.com, it almost saw a release in the 2004 KB Toys exclusive Jurassic Park Dinosaurs line. Not much is known about this one other than a sample showing up on eBay years ago. In terms of rarity, the original release is not too rare, and can be had for decent prices, even mint in box. The second release, however, is much harder to find. It was part of a store-exclusive line, and part of the second wave of figures in that line, which proved to be more difficult to track down. Before I get my rating for this figure, here's a comparison with other figures. Here it is with the Kenner 4-inch human and a Mattel 3 3/4 scale human. Here it is with the Cyclops Raptor, here it is with the Spinosaurus. And finally, here it is with the Thrasher T-Rex. For a rating out of 10, I give both of these an 8.5. I think this is one of the classics from the line, and it sports both a great sculpt and paint job. The lack of posability does hold it back a little bit, but as far as being a cool display piece, it's fantastic. If you're looking to pick one up, I recommend going after the Lost World version, as it's easier to find and should cost less. Plus the paint jobs between them are very similar. I recommend it. And that does it for the Kenner Lost World Jurassic Park Stegosaurus. Thanks for watching and see you next time.